My name is Amy Purdy, and I'm a three-time Paralympic medalist in snowboarding. I've got 2 bronze medals, and I have a silver medal as well. And snowboarding's been my life for so many years, and ended up losing both my legs below the knees at the age of 19 to meningitis, and I didn't know if I'd ever snowboard again. And then I ended up making my own snowboard feet and snowboarding again. You know, the Paralympics has just been a huge part of my life. I never could have imagined it, never could have imagined losing my legs, going on to snowboard again, but I'm so grateful for where it's led me. Snowboarding was a passion of mine before I lost my legs. I grew up skiing, I was never good at it, and then I fell in love with snowboarding at the age of 15. Doctors and prosthetists and physical therapists, people were telling me, we don't know if we've ever seen a double leg amputee snowboarder before. And I was just so passionate and so excited to do it again. And I remember just visualizing myself doing it. And I thought, I have no idea how I'm going to do this. All I know is I'm going to get creative and I'm going to find a way. And I told my prosthetist who makes my legs, this is what I need. This is the kind of movement my feet need to have, because my walking legs did not have the movement I needed for snowboarding. And so together, we kind of just made these Frankenstein feet. We took like a foot from one brand and an ankle from another brand, and we twisted it backwards, and we used a bunch of duct tape and wood and rusted bolts, and these feet were just kind of thrown together, but they were exactly what I needed to be able to have my ankles move in the way that I needed them to. And so once I did that, I was able to snowboard again. And I had no idea I would take it as far as I did. After the last Paralympic Games, 2018 in South Korea, I was the healthiest I've ever been. I was fit, I was strong, I was snowboarding better than ever. I was also traveling the world speaking. Everything was just working out really nice. And suddenly my life changed again when I felt this cramp in my calf. And I didn't really think too much of it, because having 2 prosthetic legs, you get used to a level of aches and pains. But this time was different, and I ended up in the emergency room, and I was diagnosed with a massive blood clot from my hip down every artery of my left leg. I ended up going through 10 surgeries over the last 2 years, and it was devastating, you know, to go from losing my legs at 19 to figuring out what the possibilities are athletically and literally being the strongest and fittest and healthiest of my life, back to square one of not knowing if I was going to lose my leg or if I'd be able to walk again in a prosthetic comfortably. So I ended up having 2 new amputations to my left leg over the last year, and I'm actually doing really, really good. And I'll tell you, the human body is incredible. So my body did end up ultimately shutting down this artery, which is the femoral artery, which is the main artery of your leg. But it opened up this other artery, which grew 3 times its normal size and expanded down my knee, kind of like roots of a tree. I'm still walking on crutches, just kind of carefully taking it easy, just taking one baby step at a time. But, you know, it's a journey. I mean, just because you go through one experience or story in your life doesn't mean you're not going to go through more. It's just about, you know, taking things as they come and taking baby steps to get where we want to be. So it's been this incredible journey. It's like, I don't know, you just get creative and you find a way. And I think that's kind of the coolest part about the Paralympic community, is just how resourceful and creative we all really are. I am so excited for the Summer Games. I've had the opportunity to compete as an athlete, but also to kind of show up in support of the athletes. When I was in Rio, I was actually covering some of the sports for NBC. So I covered wheelchair basketball and also rugby. Like, if there's just one thing that you watch wheelchair rugby. It is so exciting. It comes down to the last second all the time on who's going to score. You know, track and field is incredible. I think it's one of the coolest Paralympic sports to watch, because there's such a variety of different disabilities that are represented. My husband and I are training a handful of athletes to make the Paralympics. I started a nonprofit organization to help other athletes with disabilities snowboard as well. We don't train summer athletes, we train winter athletes. So the next games are this year already, which is crazy, in Beijing. And some of these athletes have actually lived with us since they were like 14 years old, and now they're in their 20s and they're going to their first Paralympics. And it's really exciting. They're like our kids. So it's really exciting to be able to support them. You know, even though this injury has taken me out of competition this year, I'm able to pay it forward and help these other athletes make their dreams come true as well.